Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Kane's Wrath tournament cast. It's been a while, but here we are. Onch Onch recently hosted a 1v1 tournament on the new R19 patch, and on the right-hand side of Tournament of Highlands, it is Shoktrepet playing as the Marked of Kane, and on the left-hand side, his opponent is the Cyan GDI Vanilla. It is Futurama. Battle of the Eastern Europeans here. We have GDI and Marked of Kane. A lot of rifles here from Futurama, so obviously expecting this early awakened play, and look at that, Shoktrepet has gone for this early awakened play. So this tournament was double elimination. There was really only 3 major players of note involved, and obviously these are 2 of them. I won't spoil who else is in the tournament. I will definitely be casting 1 or 2 of his series as well, but there was only 11 players that signed up. It was a double elimination, $50 on the line. I think $30 for first, second got 20. And here we go, 5 rifles versus 2 awakened squads. I'm not actually sure who wins this. I assume the rifles do, because there's just so many of them, but I might be wrong, you know. The awakens, they do win the fight. Futurama's going to try and escape, but it's too late. And 1 awakened squad does survive. It didn't even have like the supporting single unit, which is going to this garrison, so he's just used this 2 double full awakened squad to move out here. So I'm going to be casting quite a few series from this tournament. There were some really good series in the winners and the losers bracket. This is the, I think I said this is the quarterfinals of the winners bracket. And obviously, so this isn't the end of the line. If these guys do lose this series, they aren't out of the tournament. They'll just drop down to the losers bracket. And you can imagine that these guys will have no issues making their way through the losers bracket. Both very top players at the moment. GDI versus Marked of Kane, sort of the 2 meta factions of the game at the moment. GDI certainly is the #1 faction, but hopefully R19 is going to see a change to that. But Futurama obviously loves his GDI. It's a bit disappointing. I was hoping with R19 he'd go back to his screen. I do remember he used to have a very potent, I mean, I'm sure he still does have a very potent screen, but screen sort of got taken out of the meta by the Firehawk build. But that Firehawk build, I mean, I've played a few games. I played versus Spycrush, Senna, Charles, you know, players of all sorts of skill levels, and the Firehawk build just doesn't seem as effective as it used to be. So we could see Scrin start to come back into the meta. He's going to lose 2 pitbulls. He should get 1 bike, but he should lose that pitbull. Does go down. Gets another shot. If actually emps the Harvester with the Awakened squad on the south side of the map, and this Harvester is in a lot of trouble. There's no way Futurama's saving that. He's only got 1 pitbull left here. There's a rifle trying to make its way into the garrison, but even Shoktrepet is able to jump in and take that. So this early bike buggy play here from Shoktrepet having a really good start. Another bike will go down, another bike will go down. He should get that pitbull though, he does get that pitbull. So Futurama looking really good here. Second war factory is down. Drops a power plant, gets on the move. Futurama's gone for a refinery. Oh, the Emp just misses that pitbull. I don't think it'll matter, he'll get it anyway. Will he lose a bike for it? He won't, because that bike has a veterancy, which means it can actually tank 3 pitbull rocket shots. Shoktrepet on the charge here, gets that early blue half snipe. Futurama doesn't have a lot of harvesters, he has 4 harvesters. Futurama only has 4 as well, but he's got double war factory, so he's in a much better position here already. He's going to have a lot more production than Futurama, and Futurama's under the pump here, and if he loses this army, he could be in a lot of trouble. There's an elite bike there, he doesn't want to let that go heroic. He does snipe it now, and in the meantime, while the buggies deal with the pitbulls, the bikes are going to make a swing for this harvester, and this harvester will go down. And the bike buggy is going to retreat now. But I think the damage has been done. It's been a really good start here for Shoktrepet. He's halfway down to getting a refinery. Is this a refinery? No, it's not a refinery. So Futurama has 3 harvesters. Shoktrepet making a move for the blue. That's what I was looking for. So he needs to be making a move for the blue after this type of early success. He's got complete map control. Futurama being forced into Predator tanks. And he's actually going to make a move here. Sells off the refinery at the expansion. He's going to go all in with a base push here. Double War Factory Predator tanks on their way across the map. Now, if Shoktrepet sees this, he can tech up or he can go for infantry. But, I mean, it's coming across the map pretty quickly. And he doesn't exactly have a lot for it. He's got Double War Factory Scorpion tank being pumped out. He does have EMP, which is massive. EMP is super good here. He's in a much better position than a Black Hand or a Nod would be versus this, because he does have that ability to draft Awakened squads and a large member of, or a large squad of tanks at one time. He's going to take out both of the tip spikes as well, so that advantage economically is just getting larger and larger here for Shoktrepet. And the Scorpion Tank spam is going to be the name of the game, it looks like. He's not going to go for any type of tech. No tech to speak of. It's just going to be Scorpion Tanks. I mean, I think he can do it with just Scorpion Tanks, to be honest. Futurama really... He's down to one ref. He's doing this off one ref. Yeah, I mean, Futurama, he's sort of all in here. He's not really going to have much of a chance. The MCV stopped moving, and he quits. Yeah, I mean, awesome start by Shoktrepet, really. I mean, he absolutely punished Futurama. Got that blue team harvest to kill. And 5 minutes and 32 seconds is all it takes for Shoktrepet to take the first game of the series with the Marked of Kane. I was quite intrigued to see him pick Marked of Kane. I've always thought of him more of a GDI player. But Marked of Kane, he's gone. Maybe he doesn't want to mirror Futurama. Maybe he feels that Futurama has the advantage of the mirror. But when he picks Marked of Kane, he clearly knows what he's doing. That was a really nice display there from Shoktrepet. And he will take a 1-0 lead in the series. We'll move straight into game number 2. And game number 2 takes us to a map that many of you may not have seen before. We are on the map Airport Escape. Nice looking features in the middle of the map, but on the north side of the map is the red Marked of Kane. It is Shoktrepet. And if we slide to the southern side of the map, it is Futurama as the blue or cyan screen. He's a screen faction of some sort. I don't know which screen faction he is just yet. We will have to wait and see. He has gone for Scrin Vanilla. There we go. So I did say he loves his Scrin. You know, I did like his Scrin gameplay. I thought it was one of the best that we'd seen. Shadow teams out from Shoktrepet here. Now, if you want to have a quick pan around this map, we've got a green field here. But if you look just to the left of Shoktrepet's base, a full blue field here for both players. That's why Futurama has gone for this crane. But the Shadow teams here, he may be looking to bomb this. I'm pretty sure two veteran Shadow teams do one-tap the crane. Now, did he see them? No, he must not have. It would have been close because buzzers or infantry in general can detect stealth units that are flying, which is an interesting thing. But there we go. The crane does go down. There's a crane down now for Shoktrepet, and he's going to try and place refinery on the blue field. So he's going to be behind economically. Both players did take their spikes. He's going to be behind economically, but taking out the crane nice and early, it really does slow down Futurama's build. And look at this, he's got 3 Awaken squads making their way down through the middle. He's going to force Futurama to build a Gunwalker to deal with these Awaken. Oh, that Emp just saves that squad. He still has... Wow, he's gone for 2 Gunwalkers. Oh my goodness. They both get emped. And the power plant's about to go down now as well. So the power plant does go down. And... there we go. I mean, I guess he's gone for the Gunwalkers to deal with the Shadow teams. But yeah, it's a bit of an interesting choice to go for 2. But he's going to lift off with the Shadow teams. He needs to get away from them. Jeez, don't want to fly into the Gunwalker and the Seeker tank. That's just not where you want to be. Could actually jump in that garrison, stall out if he wanted to. That does leave the risk of him getting hit by a buzzer. But, I mean, Futurama just might not go up there. He might not expect Shoktrepet to leave his units up there. That crane's actually taken some damage from those 2 buzzers. He's got to be careful he doesn't actually lose it. So yeah, we'll go back to around that. There's actually a defensive tower here for both sides as well. And then both players have a 3rd field they can expand to in the middle. It's not too dissimilar to... Oh my god, I think he got the... well, I think he got the buzzer swarm, or the buzzer hive as well. Unless Futurama didn't keep the buzzer hive around. Maybe he sold the buzzer hive off, but that would be surprising to me if he did that. Actually turn my volume down. It's very loud in my ear, the game. So we're going to turn that down. Tier 2 is down now for Futurama. So we're probably going to see dev tanks, I imagine. Dev tanks, so maybe he's just going to fast tech into Mechapedes. It could be a fast tech, to be honest. This crane down to about 60% health from those 2 buzzers. So the buzzers are slowly working away. Buggy is out. He's going to send that buggy over to... Oh, he's placed down a lightning spike. That's a really interesting choice. Futurama, I guess he's using it to scout, but... I mean, it's going to be annoying for Shoktrepet to have to deal with that, but... Oh no, there's an upgraded power plant here. Honestly, he could probably just go for it. I don't know. The Seeker tanks are a little bit out of position. He does have a buzzer hive already. He goes to the tier 2. Interesting choice. He lifts off straight away. Really nice there, but is he going to get away with 2 squads? Oh my god, with the bare minimal of health. You can look in the bottom right corner, there is basically no health left. We've got a screen veterancy on there. Lovely little glitch. Everyone knows about that one, that the units can sometimes have the wrong veterancy when you look at them in a replay. But here's a bit of a counter push from Futurama. Seeker tanks and a Gunwalker have made their way across the map. I think Futurama's actually in quite a nice position here because he's been able to establish himself on his green field. Shoktrepet really hasn't been able to do that for himself. He needs to transition these harvesters over. He may as well leave no one on the blue tip just so he can chug through that green field and then try and make a move for his third with his tier 3. A lot of Seeker Tanks here though are out for Futurama. And Shields is done, so that's nice. Dozer Blades wasn't too far away, still half a minute away. And the tier 3 is down. Shard Launchers looks like it's on the way for Futurama. I think Futurama is quite a nice position here. But we can't say for sure. Mark of Kane is one of those factions where you can feel like you're in a good position and a couple of good M's and it can all go pear-shaped very quickly. Scorpion Tanks really putting the pressure on here against these Seeker Tanks, and I'm not really sure why Futurama's taking this fight. I mean, I know half of those tanks are decoys, but there's still enough there that he's never going to win that fight. And now that there's an EMP coming as well, he is forced to retreat. Tier 3, sorry, is down for Shoktrepet. And is this going to be a Redeemer, or what are we going to see? Yeah, Redeemer facility does come down. Devastator Warship is out. Drone ship moving to the right-hand side. Scorpion Tank still engaging with these Seekers. I tell you what, it might not be Shard Launchers. It might be Shields that's on the way here. He's going into tripods. He's got a Devastator Warship out, just sort of cruising across the map. Maybe looking to try and snipe down this refinery. He just have to be careful if he's wandering on its own. One stealth tank, and that can go down. Tripods are now here at this field, protecting it from any attack by those Scorpion Tanks. Avatar's out. Scorpion Tanks out. Futurama is certainly in a better position, I think, economically, definitely. But here we go. Here comes the Seeker Tanks, and there's a stealth tank on that left-hand side. Sam Turret comes down as well, looking to snipe down that Devastator Warship. Scorpion Tanks and the Avatar are going to clean up the Seeker Tanks here. He probably would have done better there, Futurama. His Seeker Tanks probably should have been underneath the Dev Ship, so the Dev Ship had a little bit of cover from the stealth tanks. But yeah, not a bad engagement, or a really good engagement, really, for Shoktrepet there. Able to deal with that. Stealth tank is out as well. We already knew that. But is he going to go for more? Is this going to be another stealth tank? It is. So we are going to see stealth tank play. The Redeemer is out. Hexapod on the way for Futurama, deciding to go for that instead of a refinery on that field. And the Seeker Tanks are going to retreat back to the Tiberium field to prevent any of those stealth tanks causing any issues for Futurama. Goes with an Engineer and a Tib Trooper in the Redeemer. But he does need to make a move soon because Futurama is going to establish himself here, and if he establishes himself on that field, it's going to be really difficult. I actually don't like the Hexapod. I'm not going to lie, I don't like the Hexapod here. I think tripods are a better choice. Because the Hexapod's just a big EMP bait. Like, it's realistically a good mock player, which Futurama certainly is. I mean, Shoktrepet certainly is. He's probably not going to let that Hexapod actually do a lot of damage. He's going to get some Enlightened or some Awakened out and really just not let that do a hell of a lot. Stealth tanks running around through the middle of the map. Futurama is actually going to go across the map here with this Hexapod and the tripods and the drone ship. The MCV for Shoktrepet is finally making a move. I mean, I think this... Oh my god, he could snipe the drone ship! Oh my god, Futurama! Oh, Futurama. He deploys now, but it's too late. He should get that. Oh my god, that's disastrous for Futurama. Shoktrepet may have just got himself back in the game with that, because it did look like this push that was going to come out was going to be way too difficult to hold. Is the stasis chamber alive? The stasis chamber is alive, but if he goes and snipes that with the stealth tanks, this could be absolutely lights out. But the stasis does get used. Doesn't have to worry about it getting sniped now. There's avatars. No, there's not. Where are the avatars, man? He's only got one. I thought he had another one, but apparently he doesn't. He's only got the one. He's going to start building those Awakened squads. As I said, we're going to see a lot of Awakened here, and if he can get some Emps off on these tripods, which prevent his Redeemer from getting empty, does empty the Hexapod down. More avatars are starting to arrive into the fight. The Rage Gen goes off before. Oh my god, the Rage Gen goes off before Futurama can get the EMP off, and now all the tripods are going to start shooting at each other. The Hexapod's in low health, and the Redeemer is un-EMP'd, which means that he is going to be able to absolutely crush this army. Oh my god, I thought Futurama was in quite a nice position, but that one miss. How did he miss the EMP? I can't believe it. The Rage Gen just goes off. And Shoktrepet takes the game and goes 2-0 up in the series versus Futurama. Look at the economy difference. He was behind the whole game, obviously with the Shadow Team opening. But, I mean, he made the Shadow Teams work. The Shadow Teams were quite effective, but... Man, Futurama getting that drone ship sniped and then the fail EMP on with the stasis. Well, Shoktrepet could be looking at a clean sweep here to move himself straight into the semi-finals. It is game number 3 of the series between Futurama and Shoktrepet. And sliding into the bottom right-hand corner of Tournament Arena as the red marked of Kane. He's 2-0 up in the series. It is Shoktrepet. And he's looking to close this one out. But on the top left side of the map as the Cyan GDI back to GDI, it is Futurama. And he's looking for that quick reverse sweep. 2-0 down in the series, but we know Futurama is more than capable of pulling off 3 wins in a row. He's a very powerful player. So, GDI versus marked of Kane yet again. Not sticking with the screen. And we're going to see GDI take away... Well, I mean, GDI on this map is typically probably the strongest, but marked of Kane, if it goes late game on this map with the limited Tiberium, marked of Kane is an absolute threat, especially versus GDI, because they don't have really any options. They have very few reusable units. That's the thing with GDI. You sort of... If it goes into a late game scenario where your Tib's low, it's difficult to out survive a marked of Kane. Marked of Kane's got Stealth, Emp, and the Redeemer, and the Redeemer is a lot more reusable than the Marv, simply because it does have the Rage Gen, and the Rage Gen can just cause hundreds and thousands of dollars of damage to the GDI player, where a Marv can't do that. The Marv actually has to go in there and shoot, and but you can be walking around with a Stealth Redeemer. You can Rage Gen. Maybe kill a Juggernaut or 2, or some Predator tanks or anything. It doesn't really matter what you kill, as long as you're killing something. In that late game scenario, you're forcing your opponent to have to lose units. That's really good. But hey, who knows? This game might not go that far. I mean, we've seen 2 very short games so far in this series. And both players here just going for economy. Futurama did have quite a few scouts around, so did Shoktrepet. Shoktrepet's actually taken both of the garrisons. Here. And he's got that one, and he's taking that one. So he's got 5... of the 8 garrisons on the map, and Futurama holds just the 1, but obviously that doesn't really matter. That's not what you really need to be worrying about, is those garrisons. I mean, it's good to have at least 1 in each corner, but I'm not sure about this. I find this quite strange. He hasn't really gone to scout Futurama. Futurama's going to go for the APC rockets. We've been seeing this from GDI players of all skills levels versus pretty much every faction now. I mean, it used to be a thing you primarily saw versus Scrin. You know, it was sort of you sort of did it versus Scrin because they were really good versus Seekers, and it forced the Scrin into Gunwalkers, which is sort of what you wanted him to be building if you're a GDI faction. If you can make him build Gunwalkers, then you can use your Predator tanks, they'll be better. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see how it's developed, and I know Barkrush will claim that he's the one that sort of brought this into the fold against every faction, but it's definitely around versus Skrins before he's brought this into every single faction. But you know, it's an interesting strategy. Now Futurama is going to come into this field and see there's absolutely no harvesters, and the harvester up here from Shoktrepet is going to try and escape. But is he aware of it? Yeah, he knows it's there. There we go. So he's going to track down this harvester. Does Futurama have enough? Yeah, he definitely has enough. There's only 2 Scorpion tanks here. He's just going to focus them down with the rockets inside the APCs plus the Pitbulls. He's just going to focus down those Scorpion tanks, no worries. But the Harvester will retreat back to... Oh my god, that stack up. Back to the War Factory to try and survive. But the APCs and the Pitbulls combining here, this is quite a danger. Oh, and he puts a minefield right in front of that War Factory. That Scorpion tank's going to come out and instantly die. Look at that. Instantly dies, pretty much. He's actually... No, he's not going to escape. But now every unit that comes out of this is going to walk straight into a minefield, plus the rockets from the APCs. Oh, look at that. Instantly destroys that Scorpion tank straight out of the War Factory. Refinery down for Futurama. Now, to be fair, no economic damage has been done. No harvesters have been lost. No refineries have been lost. But a lot of mining time has been lost. And he hasn't been able to take that blue Tiberium. The APCs are going to be forced back here. So, with those Pitbulls. But the damage has been done, you'd have to say. I mean, he's probably got himself quite a bit ahead in the game. Futurama does have 2 War Factories now. He's going to be going into that Pred tank transition. Now, what does Shoktrepet go for? It looks like he's going for another refinery. Looks like he is going for another refinery, so... Should be... he should be okay here. I mean, he's not completely dead yet. Well, he's not really completely dead at all. It's actually quite even. He's actually ahead. He's surprisingly still ahead. But the issue is he only has 2 harvesters on this field. When Futurama drops this refinery, he's going to have 2 and 4 on this field. He has 2 and 4 up here. So Futurama's economy is definitely looking stronger. But he's built another harvester. He's going to send that one up to the blue Tiberium. Futurama already down there taking his, so he's actually got 9 harvesters. Yeah, I really like what Futurama's done here. He's got a lot of economic pressure on Shoktrepet because Shoktrepet has fallen behind. And now he's got to fight Scorpion tanks, fight Predator tanks with Scorpion tanks. That's not really what you want to be doing. He does need to get some Imps down. That Harvester will go down. And the Scorpion tanks are going to start to fight him. And he probably should win this fight with a couple of Imps because he does have the numerical advantage, which you typically do. You should have a numerical advantage. Fanatics are actually coming out. Interesting choice. I would have actually preferred to see Awakened squads, to be honest, because you know that they're going to have an impact. Scorpion tanks. Defending. Sorry, I got a notification on my phone. I had to look at it. It was an email. I was waiting for an email, but it wasn't the email I wanted, so we will continue going here. Predator tanks and APCs. APM are halfway on the way. The scan comes down and it sees that he pretty much nothing new. I mean, he knows that it's Scorpion tanks. He knows that it's going to be tech. And beam cannons actually are coming out. Does he see that? I mean, if he's paying attention to that wall factory, he'll see them coming out. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to be massively aware of it. The Scorpion tanks are here. But I don't know, Futurama's army just looks a lot stronger. Even though the numerical advantage is definitely on Shoktrepet's side. I mean, Shoktrepet needs to get that Dozers. We've got to remember, Dozers has got a increase. The buff, instead of being at 15% armor buff, it is now a 20% armor buff. Predator tanks and APC. Oh my god, the MCV's here. Is that a second MCV? No, it's the main MCV. It's just an MCV. He's just walked it across the map. And now there's Predator tanks here fighting with Scorpion tanks, and it's going to be a Sonic emitter that comes down here. But the beam cannons! The beam cannons on the north side. Oh my god, they've said they're not all firing. They've swapped targets. Oh, that could have been a really good play there for Shoktrepet with the beam cannons, but he's going to be forced away. These Fanatics aren't going to achieve anything. There's APCs there, and now there's a Sonic emitter. Oh my god, that Sonic shot ends the Juggernaut here. Pred APC making a move around the backside of the map. Yeah, there's nothing here for Shoktrepet. He's definitely going to lose here. He's got nothing to deal with this army. He's got nothing to deal with the Juggernauts and the Sonic emitters on the front line as well. And GDI looking the goods here for Futurama. Obelisk is shooting at APCs, which isn't what he wants. Tries to sell off the Obelisk at the last possible minute to get a little bit of money and the Awakened squad, but unfortunately it's too late. And now the economy of Shoktrepet is going to be absolutely peppered here by Sonic emitters. And that's it. GG. Shoktrepet calls it. And Futurama does fight his way back into the series. It is now 2-1. And Futurama has started the attempt at a reverse sweep here. This is a best of 5. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that yet, but it is a best of 5. And yeah, look, Futurama just had too much money. He just got ahead from that early APC pitbull, and that's the thing, right? Is he didn't actually do any economic damage in terms of he didn't kill any harvesters, he didn't kill any refineries, but he killed so many units, and he forced so much of a response out by Shoktrepet that it allowed him to pump out harvesters and refineries at home. That's the thing with those early pushes. You don't necessarily need to kill harvesters. You just need to do damage in a way that's going to get you ahead economically. And that's exactly what Futurama did. He played that really well. And he will bring it back. We'll move to game number 4. We'll go back to game number 4 of the series. Here we have moved to the map Sick City in the top left-hand corner of the map as the Cyan. GDI is Futurama. Got his first win on the board last game. And we slide to the bottom right-hand corner of the map. He is 2-1 up at the series, and he is not changing his faction. He is marked of Kane for this map. Sick City is the map. Engineers have not been sniped, so that's good to see. No NG sniping for either player today. Garrison fights. This is the classic Sick City start here. You'll see a lot of this early on between players. There's no scrin involved, of course, so the scrin just sort of cheats and clears the garrisons for free. So, you know, that's a very interesting war factory placement. Why has he done that? Bikes are actually coming out, and they're heading straight to the bottom left-hand corner. And look, there is a scout right here. Oh my god, that stack up could have been deadly. He could have lost the whole squad there to one bike, but now Futurama knows this is coming, and he's going to build pit bulls. There we go. Oh my god, this is disastrous for Shoktrepet. He's going to have to run through the middle, and the rifle. Oh man, he's going to. This you can actually see Shoktrepet Futurama manually changing targets there to shoot at the bikes with those rifles in the garrison. Every little bit of damage can count here. Oh, that harvester is bugged, and Futurama does correct that now. It's in the refinery, but it's going to get shot at now. So, there you go. Saves the bug, but now he's going to lose half of his health. He's actually going to shoot the power plant. That's an interesting choice, but Futurama, he's got more than 2 pipples. That's heaps. That's heaps. He doesn't need to build anything more than that. He can just go back into harvesters. 2 pipples is enough to deal with 3 bikes, and even if he doesn't, if he trades evenly, he kills 2 bikes for 2 pipples, that's fine, and 1 bike isn't going to kill your harvesters. So he's in a good position here. He tries to get out and emp that pitbull, or those pipples together, but unfortunately not able to. And Futurama already off to a good start in this game. He's got 4 harvesters. Shoktrepet almost got his 4th out, so I guess he's not falling too far behind. Both players have expanded, so the expansion timings are quite similar. So I guess you can't complain too much if you're Shoktrepet. He could have been in a worse position. 5 harvesters out now. He's about 6 seconds behind in terms of harvesters, which isn't the end of the world. You can definitely make that up throughout the game. Neither player going for that blue Tiberium. Now, you know what Shoktrepet could do with those bikes is actually focus down these bridges. Focus down these bridges. Oh, excuse me. And make Futurama have to build an engineer to be able to even access the blue Tiberium. That's exactly what I'd be doing. And maybe that's what he's going to do here. He's going to get on this side of the bridge and he's going to start shooting at it, right? Nope. Okay. Refinery down. And second war factory for Futurama. Oh my goodness me. Second war factory down for Futurama. He's just going to go across the map here. He's just going to base push. I tell you what, I don't think Shoktrepet is prepared for this at all. He's going to have to drop a barracks. He's going to have to drop laser turrets. Oh man, I don't think he's prepared for this at all. Has he even seen? He does know it's coming now. Yeah, he definitely knows it's coming. There's 3 awakened squads in that bunker. He should probably take them out and bring them home. Those EMPs could be really important. The bikes are trying to deal with the pitbulls. He is going to clean up the pitbull. Doesn't lose that last bike. Laser turrets are down. So this is going to be the issue here. Is laser turrets can cause quite a bit of damage. But of course they have been nerfed. Look, he's just going to take the MCV all the way up to the top. That was so risky versus a marked of Kane. If Shoktrepet had dropped an EMP on that, he maybe could have sniped it. Second laser turret does come down. And while there are a few Predator tanks here, there's probably not enough just yet. I mean, he's going to start using EMPs and things like this. He's going to try and even capture the MCV of Shoktrepet here. But Futurama, I mean, it's looking good for Futurama. Another laser turret comes down. Is he going to get the MCV? He's going to have to undeploy. Oh my god, he captures the MCV, and that's GG. That's game over. Futurama wins. I mean, you can't do anything without laser turrets. Yep, that's it. Wow, Futurama goes bang. What a crazy series. I don't think any game has gone past 10 minutes. I'm not even sure the second game on Airport Escape went for 10 minutes. I think it was about 8.5. So these guys not messing around. They want to win their games quickly. And Futurama, in the matter of 10, 15 minutes, he's completely turned the series on its head, and it's 2-2, and we're heading to an ace match. The quarterfinals in the winners bracket, delivering the goods. Shoktrepet and Futurama. So, well, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens in game. There's really not much to analyse there. Futurama just got the jump on Shoktrepet and capped his MCV. I mean, not really much you can do about that. So, GG for Futurama. It's 2-2, and we'll head to game number 5. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final map of the series, Tiberium Rift. An absolute fan favourite for the players in the community at the moment. And we are sliding to the bottom right-hand corner of the map as the red marked of Kane for 5 games in a row. It is Shoktrepet. And his opponent in the top left-hand corner, despite winning 2 games in a row with GDI, he's gone back to Scrin Vanilla. It is Futurama. He has picked Scrin Vanilla. Now, I am not sure about this. You've just won 2 games with GDI, and you're going to change off them? I mean, I'll tell you what, and I don't really feel like Scrin's a very good matchup versus Marked of Kane anyway. I mean, there's definitely... I feel like you'd rather be GDI versus Marked of Kane. Just doesn't feel like a good choice here for Futurama, but maybe he has a plan for this map in particular. He has something in mind that he wants to do, because I just don't understand it. I actually, even when I clicked on the replay and I saw he picked Scrin, I couldn't believe it. I just thought that was a very bizarre choice. 4 Disintegrators have come out early though. The Awakened Squad jumping in and out to... So a little trick there, if you don't know, is that this garrison actually provides less vision than the unit itself. So if you jump in and out of the garrison, you'll actually get more vision. But there's 5 buzzers there, so that poor Awakened Squad didn't have much of a chance. This Raider Buggy is going to try and save the spike. It's going to be tough. There are 4 descents there. I mean, Futurama probably doesn't even need to worry about the buggy, and he should get the spike. But I tell you what, it's going to be close, because he did lose almost a full squad to the Awakened squad inside that garrison. And the second buggy shows up. I tell you what, I think he's going to save this. With the second buggy, he's definitely going to save it, yeah. Oh my god, the second buggy stopped shooting. And yeah, he would have got it. If the second buggy didn't come in, he would have saved that. But he wouldn't have saved that spike. And there we go, buzzer swarms. Scattered all around the map, those 5 buzzer swarms. I think he's literally just scatter moved them, it looks like. But Futurama here, he's going to expand. He does have the 4 harvesters. Shoktrepet's actually behind. Or is he going for the blue? He's going for the blue, okay. I was very confused. I was like, how is Shoktrepet behind? He didn't, like, 2 buggies doesn't equate to 4 to since. And the amount of buzzers that were built as well. So there's 2 buggies out. Are we going to see bikes? Bikes it is. He does have to be careful. These Seeker tanks are pretty powerful versus buggy in small numbers, because you can focus down the bikes. And the buggies, while they do chip away, they aren't going to do enough. Look at that. I can click W and get the nothing selected thing up. Anyway, I've just never noticed I could do that before. I clicked W by accident. And that's weird. I actually cast with my hand in the position that I play. Like it's over the keys on the left hand side of the keyboard. Anyway, this harvester has gone down. Second war factory? Second war factory, yeah. I just thought there's a few too many units here for there not to be a second war factory, but he has lost that blue Tiberium harvester, which is really bad, because you sort of need that to fund this early double war factory. You need that extra injection of blue Tiberium if you're going to send your 5th harvester there. If your 5th harvester's here, sure, you can pump it, no worries, but when you've only got 4 harvesters, you've sent one to the blue, and you lose that blue Tiberium harvester, that's not good for you. That's not good at all. And Shoktrepet here is now, well, he's going to make a push. I mean, to be fair, Futurama doesn't exactly have a lot here, but the expansion is already down. And while there's no mining here, I mean it's a $3,000 building that he doesn't have to build. Photon cannon comes down, not really in a good position. This doesn't protect the tip field at all. Shoktrepet can just move to this side of the field, and this photon cannon is just not very useful. And these incinerators are just getting picked off. That's a better photon cannon placement. I would have actually placed it like here, try and protect this whole side of the field, and then you can actually have your harvesters mine along here. But Futurama deciding to place it there, I mean, I'm not too sure. I don't really like it, but I mean, when you're in a setting, it's ace match. It's an ace match of a tournament. You know, a bit nervous. You sort of panic place things, and that's fine. It happens to the best of us. Happens to Bike Rush, man. Happens to everyone. So there we go. Another harvester out for Shoktrepet. Shoktrepet's actually looking like he's going to have got himself ahead here, unless this is a refinery. It is a refinery. So we're going to see Seeker Descent from Futurama, Bike Buggy from Shoktrepet. I'll tell you what, Shoktrepet's in not too bad a position. And I think I'd prefer Shoktrepet's position, to be honest. Although Futurama has got the harvesting out back level, I just thought he would be able to sort of power himself ahead after that blue tip harvest night. But yeah, he wasn't really able to defend out that counter attack very well. I feel like he could have handled that a lot better. And as you can see, Shoktrepet now has quite a big force out here, moving through the middle of the map. Double War Factory is down for Futurama. Are we going to see Double War Factory Seeker Tank with shields and with some shard launchers? I do love shard launcher Seekers. I think they're a very underutilized unit, especially versus not so much versus GDI. They're not really that good versus GDI because Predator tanks, but versus a screen, especially versus a nod, especially a nod that's using Bike Buggy. Yeah, I really like them, but we'll see what happens. They usually get overshadowed by Mecha Beads, which is the issue, really. And but Shard Seekers are definitely a very viable strat. Bike Buggy saying move 3. He's not going to go for the attack. The Seeker tanks on the north side are actually quite a risk here for Shoktrepet. Although he does have another army down here, and he's going to send that to the top side of the map. Oh my god, these harvesters completely exposed. Futurama has nothing here at all. That's going to be one dead harvester. Does he have a tech? He needs to get his tech down to get a phase, but another harvester will go down. He should get another one. He's got to keep going here, Shoktrepet. He's microing over here, so he's not focused on the harvesters being attacked down here. He should get one more. Yeah, yes, he's going to get one more, but he's going to lose that whole force. And in the meantime, Shoktrepet is being attacked at his second field, but he's going to defend that, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's not very good micro. Shields comes down, though. That's not good, because one of those tanks are actually very close to dying. And now they get a little bit of another chance at life with those shields. Those tier 2 is down, tier 3 is down. And those Seeker Tanks will be pushed back by the Raider Buggies and the bikes from Shoktrepet. How many harvesters left for Futurama? He only has 5. I don't know who's taking the blue. There's 6 harvesters. I'm not sure who's taking the blue. But Futurama definitely took a lot more damage than he dealt there. Actually, I'm not even sure he killed a single harvester from Shoktrepet. Bike Buggy being spammed out here. It's going to be Tib Core on the way. Is there shard launchers on the way? I mean, it's got to be shard launchers, right? He can't be going for shields. No, this is a bad play by Futurama. I don't like bashing players but he needs to know that he's versus Mass Bike Buggy and Seeker Tanks are the way to go here. Tripods are useless because you're just going to get run around. You know, you're just going to get run around, and now I just don't like it. You need to be aggressive in this situation. You're already behind and you're going to go into a defensive mindset. But I tell you what, this wasn't a great engagement from Shoktrepet. I mean, he lost a lot of bikes before the fight really began, but Tib Core's done now, and he's going to be able to clean this up really easily with that. This is the thing, I don't like tripods here, man. I don't think it's a good choice at all. I just don't think tripods are the right... They're just not the right choice. Like Buggy moving in here, and this is the thing, there's 2 tripods here. He can easily kill them. Easily kill them. Doesn't have shields, so if he had emp coils, you could actually just go in there, emp them, and that's the thing with Bike Buggy versus tripods, if you don't have shields, is you can do that. You can just go in there with emp coils, and... Is he sold his MCV? No, okay, he's moved it. I just couldn't see it on the minimap for a second there. I thought, oh my god, Shoktrepet. There's the Catalyst missile coming down. Jeez, he was never going to get both, but he tried to, didn't he? Very ambitious. See, Tib comes down. He's actually kept the chem plant around, which is interesting. Maybe got to look for a Tib vein here. There it is. There's a Tib vein on those Seeker Tanks. The refinery is going to go down. Venom's moving around. See, this is the thing, right? Where are the tripods? The tripods are here. If he had Seeker Tanks, he could deal with this. Would he be able to kill the whole army? Maybe not. Imagine he had shard launch photon cannons as well. You have shard launch Seekers, and this is the thing. He's just going to run around. They can deal with this, the Venoms. Everything that Shoktrepet has built here would be really hard countered by shard launcher Seekers with shields. I just think Futurama has made a complete mistake, or a complete lack of judgment here. It's just a... I mean, he's going to get some free bikes here with the tripods, but this is the thing, right? The tripods being up here, now Shoktrepet knows, okay, well, I can go down here. Oh my god, Tib Vapor Bomb comes in and cleans up the tier 3. Unbelievable. The Venoms did enough damage that the Tib Vapor Bomb could come in and kill the tier 3. In the meantime, Shoktrepet establishing himself on that 3rd field. Futurama almost has a ref down. I mean, I assume it's a ref, unless he's going back for a tier 3. I don't think it would be ready yet, though. He's built... Why would he put it there on a dead field? Oh, Futurama. That's silly. That's just silly. Why would he put it there? Go put it over here. He could have been moving some of these full harvesters over here. Drop a ref down, bang, get those harvesters get going. But now, instead, look at Shoktrepet. He's going to be absolutely powering away. He's just going to keep building Bike Buggy. I don't blame him. I would keep building Bike Buggy too. There's no threat of Shard Seekers. No threat of Mechapedes. Nothing like that. I mean, you probably wouldn't go Mechapedes at this stage anyway. But there's no threat of them because there's no tier 3. He destroyed the tier 3, so he doesn't really need to worry about them. And I'm assuming he'll probably go for a Redeemer now. Yeah, Bike Buggy with a Redeemer. He's actually transitioning. He's actually going into Avatars by the looks of that. I don't think it'll be Stealth Tanks. No, it'll be Avatars. So the Avatars are out. I think it's probably the right choice now. He's probably got enough Bike Buggy. The Bike Buggy's done its job, and he still has this annoying amount of Bike Buggy, which Futurama's going to have to respect. That is a lot of DPS in that army. No Emp Coils, which is a little bit annoying. Vertigo Bombers coming out as well. So Shoktrepet pulling out all of the tricks here to try and knock out Futurama of this game and of this series. I think Shoktrepet is in a really good position. He's gonna have to do something really bad here to lose from here. He's got 4 Avatars out. He's almost got a Redeemer out. He's even dropped an Obelisk here just in case there was a counter attack from Futurama. But with Futurama not having a tier 3, he can't produce more tripods. And in the meantime, he's building Vertigos. He's building Avatars. He's just going to be absolutely getting ready to pile on the pain with a really big tier 3 army that Futurama isn't really able to deal with. He's going to take out the tip spike as well, so more economic damage being done to Futurama. And in a game like this, where we're looking like we're heading towards the late game, you know, sniping those tip spikes are really important. He's now getting an extra $600 per minute that Futurama is unable to get. Another War Factory comes down for Futurama. It looks like he's going to go into this Seeker transition, but I think it's too late now. And Shoktrepet's on the move. I mean, he smells blood. He smells blood in the water. He knows that Futurama is not going to have a very big army in terms of tripods because of that tier 3 snipe. And so this is the thing that Shoktrepet's probably looking at it going, he has double ref here. The only way he can have double ref here is if he hasn't teched again. And that's probably exactly what he's thinking. It's the exact right mindset he should be having. He knows that tier 3 isn't there. Bit of a mistake there. He could have actually... It only takes 3 tripods without shields. It only takes 3 vertigos to kill a tripod. So you want to use 3 and then save 1 to bomb the husk. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. It just means Futurama is going to be able to reclaim that very soon. Tier 3 is almost done. No, it's stasis chamber. He still hasn't gone back for that tier 3. End coils is done for Shoktrepet as well. I do like to see that. Vertigo bombers are coming back. I don't think they've reloaded. There's no way they've reloaded. End coils does try and come in. Futurama quits. I thought my mouse had bugged out there. We're not even going to see a last fight. That's the end of the series. We're not going to see a final last stand from Futurama. He knows it's time to call it the GG. And for the last game of the series, it's the first game that gets past the 10-minute mark. And yeah, look at that. Look at that economy. That was a really nice game from Shoktrepet. I do think Futurama made a few weird mistakes and a few weird choices. But Shoktrepet, I mean, you can only play against what your opponent does, and he played it perfectly, in my opinion. I think he played that very, very well. So well done to Shoktrepet. He will move to the semi-finals of the winners bracket, and Futurama will be knocked down to the losers bracket, but he still has a chance to make the finals if he can punch his way through there. Shoktrepet will move forward. 3-2 is the final score. Marked of Kane reigns supreme here today. I'll catch you guys in another video very shortly. See you later.